Welcome back to the deep dive. You know the drill. We take the complex stuff, boil it down, and give you the key takeaways. Fast. And today, we're doing something pretty unique, I think. We're using a technical guide specifically practice questions for the Dell EMC VxRail exam, the D-VXR-DY-01, as our source material. Now, hold on. This isn't about passing a test. Not at all. We're using these very focused questions, these exam points, almost like a decoder ring, to really understand the guts of how VxRail operates.
Exactly. It's a fascinating way to look at it because these questions highlight what Dell itself considers absolutely critical knowledge for managing these systems. And just for context, the source tells us it's web-based, about 120 minutes, maybe 56 questions. Passing score is 63% English only. But like you said, the details of the exam aren't the point. It's the content these questions force us to look at. It's a lens, really.
Right. It's our shortcut today. So our mission, to get you quickly up to speed on the essentials, monitoring, managing, deploying, maintaining VxRail. We're turning this, well, potentially dry stuff into actionable insights. Okay, let's dig in. So first up, let's imagine you've got this, complex VxRail setup running. How does Dell actually keep an eye on its health? Proactively, I mean. Like spotting trouble before you even know it's brewing? Is it magic? Or something more technical?
Yeah. Well, not quite magic, but it is pretty clever. The answer, coming straight from the source material insights, is Secure Remote Services, SRS. You probably heard of remote monitoring, right? Standard stuff. But SRS, it takes it further. It enables secure, automated remote monitoring and support. So Dell support can proactively watch the system health. They can detect issues really early, often before you'd notice, and it helps them provide faster resolution, often without needing manual steps from your side.
Automated support. So it flags things and potentially starts the fix.
In some cases, yeah. It can automate log collection, diagnostics, even service request creation. It's about Dell support getting the info they need securely and fast to jump on a problem. It's a big efficiency gain.
Okay, so the key knowledge point here is really how Dell keeps that remote watch, that continuous oversight using SRS.
Precisely. It's about proactive health and faster support.
Yeah, you can see the appeal, that peace of mind, knowing someone's watching, and the potential efficiency boost. That's significant for any IT operation. Okay, moving on. So SRS handles the remote view, but what if things get more serious? Like an individual node needs a major fix, maybe reinstalling its core software, its firmware. You don't want to redo the whole cluster for one node, right? Is there a specific tool for that kind of searchable operation?
There is, and the guide points specifically to the VxRail Node Imaging Management Tool, or NIMT. NIMT. Its whole purpose, really, is to re-image or recover the software on individual VxRail nodes. Not the cluster, just a single node. So think about recovery scenarios, maybe complex troubleshooting. If you need to put that node back to a clean state, reinstalling the OS, the firmware, NMT is the tool you'd use.
So it's about precision maintenance.
Exactly. It highlights that there are specific tools for specific jobs within the VxRail ecosystem, fixing or reinstalling software on just one piece without disrupting everything else unnecessarily.
Got it. And understanding that tool exists is pretty crucial for anyone managing these systems. You need robust management, quick recovery options. Knowing about NIMT is key to that.
Definitely.
All right, let's shift gears again, back to the beginning deployment. Setting up a new VxRail cluster. A really basic but critical step is getting IP addresses assigned. Nodes, management components, everything needs one. How does VxRail handle this to make deployment smooth and, well, automated? Avoid those manual errors.
Good question. And the typical method, especially during that initial VxRail cluster deployment, relies on a DHCP server. One configured specifically on the management network. You see, using DHCP means IP addresses get assigned dynamically, automatically. Each node boots up, asks for an IP, gets the right configuration. No manual entry needed for each and every component during that critical setup phase.
Ah, okay. So it avoids the whole spreadsheet nightmare and potential typos.
Pretty much. It ensures consistency and speed during deployment. It's baked into the process to make it, well, simpler and less error-prone.
Which makes total sense for hyperconverged setups where you might be adding nodes or components. Automation is key.
That's the core idea, streamlining even those fundamental network configurations.
It really shows how these modern systems try to remove friction points. Okay, love it. Now let's talk speed. Performance. Especially with a specific storage setup, vSAN ESA. That's the Express Storage Architecture. If you're deploying VxRail with vSAN ESA, is there a non-negotiable hardware requirement, something you absolutely must have?
Yes, there is, and it's a big one. For vSAN ESA on VxRail, all nodes must support NVMe drives, not just some or the cache tier all nodes, all drives used by vSAN ESA. Why? Well, the vSAN ESA architecture is fundamentally built around the high performance and low latency of NVMe. It leverages NVMe across all the nodes to deliver its enhanced performance, its efficiency gains. It's not an optional add-on, it's core to how Ether works.
So no traditional SSDs or spinning disks in the mix for the vSAN data store itself if you're going ESA.
Correct. For the capacity and cache used by ESI, it has to be NVMe throughout the participating nodes. That hardware choice is directly tied to the performance promise of that specific architecture.
Okay, that's a crucial point. If you're aiming for that top-tier vSAN performance with ESA, you need to know that NVMe across the board is the entry ticket. Hardware dependency is crystal clear there.
Absolutely. Hardware and software working tightly together.
All right, final scenario. We'll talk about maintenance follow-up. You've just done a big VxRail upgrade. Could be software, firmware, the works. How do you know it actually worked? How do you confirm success beyond just, seeing the system boot up? You can't just hope for the best, right?
Definitely not hope. The definitive action, according to the source insights, is to launch the VxRail Manager and run system health checks. This isn't just a quick ping test. VxRail Manager has comprehensive health checks built in. Running these after an upgrade verifies that, yes, all the components are actually operating correctly, the software versions have been updated across the board, and crucially, that no new errors popped up during that upgrade process.
So it's like a post-operative checkup for the whole system run from the central management tool.
Exactly that. It's the formal way to confirm the upgrade was truly successful and the system is stable before you, walk away or sign off on the maintenance window.
Which really underlines just how important thorough verification is after any major change. You need that confirmation to avoid nasty surprises later. Makes perfect sense.
It's a critical step in responsible IT operations.
Given everything we've discussed, the level of automation with SRS, the automated deployment with DHCP, specialized tools like NMMT, the strict hardware-software integration like with VCN ESA, what does all this automation and specialized tooling mean for the role of the IT administrator who manages these VxRail environments? How is their day-to-day changing? Are the required skills shifting away from, say, manual configuration towards more strategic oversight or maybe deeper troubleshooting? It feels like these tools are changing the job itself.
That is a great question to think about. How does this intense focus on automation and built-in intelligence reshape the skills needed and the focus of the humans managing it all? Definitely food for thought. We encourage you to keep asking those kinds of questions, keep diving deeper, stay curious. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.